and wants. What do you mean by need? Anybody can explain what is need?
Sir,
What is need?
please put big size screen. Hello.
Hello, I am audible. Hello.
Yeah, sir,
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes.
Put big size
Sir,
screen.
you are audible.
Sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yes, sir, it
Yes,
is
madam.
audible.
I will- That's why you can tell me what is the what do you mean by need? Any answer?
Need is based on the
It is
requirement of
an
the
essential.
Necessary for
Requirement of the
essential.
product. Any idea about want?
It is
Sir,
an
need-
essential for human survival or basic
To buy
well-being.
the product.
Common example like food, water, clothing, shelters, education.
Yes. Non-essential products we call it as need, right? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Audible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Non-essential
Audible,
we
sir.
call it as wants. The essential goods we call it as needs, right?
Yes, sir.
In economic ways, there are two kinds. One is tangible products and non-tangible products. Non-tangible products are, and that means the demands are very less. Tangible products, the demands are very high. Who are all the demands are high, we call it as the needed products. So what are all the products which is non-tangible? That means it is not. That means within 6 months or 1 year, or for Deepavali, you need some of the clothes or some of the gift items. That we call it as wants. So it is not always around the year. You don't need the product. Only one time you need the product. That products we call it as wants. You always need the product. We call it as needs. Okay. The introduction, you can see the see my this one. People have limited number
Sir, your screen is
of
not.
needs,
Sir,
which
can you share
which
your
must
screen,
be
Sir, screen is not
satisfied.
visible.
Sir, screen is not visible,
Screen is
sir.
not visible.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
1 minute. 1 minute. Be alone.
Characteristics of managerial.
1 minute. 1 minute. Be online. I will share. Now it is visible. Hello.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not yet, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Not visible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
sir,
sir. Yes,
it's
sir. Yes,
visible
sir.
now.
Yes, sir. It's working now.
Now visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir. Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Screen is very
So people have limited number of needs which must be satisfied if they are to survive as human being. Not visible, huh?
Yes, sir. Still not
Yes.
visible.
Sir, sir, visible, sir. You please proceed, sir.
It is visible, please.
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Some are material needs, some are psychological needs, and
Sir,
some
somebody is
others
visible, somebody is
are
not visible, sir.
emotional needs. That I will share the whole lesson material at the end of the session. Don't worry. Okay, I will just
Yeah,
explain
okay.
to you. So whatever the psychological needs, see, like as you said, the clothing, food, whatever a human being need to live, that material needs is called that is a limited number of needs. We call it as needs. Okay, people needs are limited. However, no one could choose to live at the end of basic human needs. If they want to enjoy a better standard of living, this is because of human wants. Because they want a standard of living, like I want a car for my style, or I want to lead a sophisticated things. I need a house. That means a luxurious house. That and all it comes under wants. So the desire for the consumption of goods and services, we call it as wants. Your dream, desire means your dream. You dream your car, you dream your two-wheeler, you dream your house. That we call it as wants. So there are goods which are under goods manufacturing, and there are goods which are under services. The IT sectors are all products or services. You can tell me now. IT based sector, whatever they are doing, the job is
Services,
service or
sir.
good.
Services.
They are services. Services. Okay. Whatever you are manufacturing and selling to your customers or consumers, we call it as goods. That means manufacturing goods. Goods, you can understand what is goods and what is services. See, some of the products comes under services, some of the products comes under goods. So all the products you are manufacturing and given to your the consumers or customers, we call it as goods. Whatever you are going to give as a third party services, we call it as services. That means the IT services. That means you are having some issues or problems in your car or two-wheeler or house. Some of the person will come and the engineer will come and rectify your mistakes or troubles. We call it as these are all we call it as services. So these are all unlimited. Okay, if we can say some of the products are under goods, some of the products are under services, it is unlimited. It does not matter whether a person belong to the middle class in India or the richest individual in the world. He or she wants always something more. He or she wants something more. So let one by one tell me what is your next 1 year, what you are going to purchase a product. Maybe a mobile, correct? Maybe a two-wheeler, correct? Maybe a car you are going to purchase. You have your own desire, right? So this is a unlimited. So as an individual, you can also plan to buy some of the goods, or also you are going to utilize some of the services also. For example, the service. Hello? Audible? I am audible. Hello?
Audible, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Proceed, proceed.
So, for example, higher, that is a bigger a house, more friends, more salary jobs. These are all the desires and services what you are going to have for next moments. So therefore, the basic economic problem is that the resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. Resources are limited. Within the resources, your wants must be unlimited, which forces us to make choices. So somebody wants only the fridge, somebody wants only the two-wheeler Duke, a two-wheeler of the Trump two-wheeler. These are all the choice. there are unlimited products and services available for two-wheeler, even though one must have a thirst of getting only the Trump Duke 250 bike. That we call it as forced to make these choices. That we call it as economics. This is all the introduction of economics. That means people have limited sources of getting things. We call it as needs. People is having unlimited thirst or sources of getting things or products. We call it as wants. Okay. In economics is the study of allocation of resources, the choices that are made by economic agents. So economics is a study of allocation of resources. What now you can tell me what all we call it as resources? Any idea? What do you mean by resources? It may be the money, material. It may be the material. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Yes. Hello. Any
Material
idea?
which doesn't get exist. Material which doesn't get
What are
exist,
the
sir.
That
What
means
are the
that's
things
why.
we have that's called
Like
a resources, sir?
What are the things? What are you are going to buy? That means input as well as output. What are you are going to get in, and you are going to. That means a firm is having a input. That means raw material. That involved the cost. That involved the economics. Okay. What are you are going to do the process? That process also we call it as some of the process involved, some of the machinery, some of the cost of material, cost of labor, everything, man, material, and resources. That means raw materials, everything we call it as it comes under the economic. That means we call it as it is an economic agent. Okay. In economy, an economy is a system which attempts to solve these basic economic problems. You may need or you may want that problems, or it may increase the demand or decrease the demand, or it may increase your that means purchasing power, or it may decrease your purchasing power. Everything is comes under economic issues or economic problems. So you are as an economist, you are going to solve each and every moment of the economic activities involved in your firms or involved in your as a major involved in your budgets. Okay. There are different types of economics: household economic, local economy, national economy, and international economy. Any example for household economy? Please tell me very quickly. We can go to next slides. Import buying of goods, export selling of goods, all the cost involved, material involved, resources involved. We call it as international economy. Okay. In brief, we are going to discuss next chapters. Okay. But all the
Sir,
economy,
I have a question.
yes, all the economy, yes.
Will cryptocurrency come under international economy?
Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is actually it is a worldwide economy. It is not an international economy. International means within the country, one country to other country. Okay. All we
Okay.
put is a worldwide. WWW means it is worldwide. Same like any that you can actually split your dollar and your money. That is international currency. Okay. Dollar is international currency, money also international currency. So what you are going to study, the dollar and the separate money, we call it as international economy. The cryptocurrency is accepted by worldwide, not by the single entity, not by the single country or within the other country or within 10 or few countries. Okay, this we call it as worldwide. Cryptocurrency is a separate economy. Okay, cryptocurrency economy is separate. This international, if this cryptocurrency was traded within a few countries, we call it as international economy. If the cryptocurrency is traded to whole the world worldwide, we call it as worldwide economy. You can understand now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So, as an economy is a system which attempt to solve the basic economic problem. These are all different types of economics available. So, in this, what to produce, how to produce, and where to produce, for whom to produce. That's why. What to produce means I am going to produce a car. That is what to produce means car I am manufacturing. How to produce? So what are all the raw materials involved? What are all the style? What is the arts involved? What is the science involved? What is the cost involved? How much material involved? How much human power involved? Everything we call it as how to produce. Okay. Then when to produce? So how many pieces I am going to produce within 3 months or 6 months or this month or within 15 days. So when to produce, in which place I am going to produce. That means I am produce this car in Hyundai factory or Hyundai factory of Sriperumbudur or Hyundai factory of my foreign entity. That means foreign company. That is when to produce. And for whom to produce? So for whom to produce means I'm going to, after production, who are all my dealers. After producing the car, I'm going to give to the local dealer or distributor. That dealer may be in India or maybe in other countries, some other countries or foreign countries. I don't know. So for that also you plan, you economically you can do, because the transport is involved, the service is involved. So I'm going to plan that also as an economic way of thinking. I will also address that problem and I am going to solve that problems. Okay. So economics is the study of how individuals and societies choose to use the scarce resources that nature and the previous generation have provided. The world's resources are limited and scarce. The resources which are not scarce are called free goods. Resources are scarce are called economic goods. For example, resources means I have gold resources, I have coal resources, which my future, that means past generation people have given to me, and going to use and utilize this to my operations, to my manufacturing. So they gave me as a resources, and it is passed on to this generation, and in future generation also the same gold and the same coal I'm going to transfer to my future generations. So the generation wise, the resources are available. These resources are maybe very limited or maybe enormous.
Sir,
Sir, you're on mute.
Sir, you are not audible, sir. Sir, you got muted.
Now audible.
yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yeah,
audible.
sir, you're audible.
Yes, actually the resources, I'm talking about the resources. The resources are free goods and economic goods. Whatever the past generation people have passed on to me, some of the example is coal. Coal, actually the past generation people has passed these resources to me, and I am utilizing to my manufacturing now, present. And I am also going to pass this.
Again, you
Sir,
are
again,
muted,
you are
sir.
not
Sir,
audible, sir.
Guys, please don't mute, sir.
Yeah. 1 minute. I will unmute. Hello.
Yeah, sir.
1 minute. Yeah. Sir. So now some. So now I am actually the resources are. I am passing. These resources are freely available. Means it is. We call it as. It is a. It is a free goods. If the resources are less available, we call it as. It is a economic goods. So now, why you are going to study the economics? Good graphs of economics is vital for managerial decision making, for designing and understanding public policy, understanding the public's policy, and to appropriate how in economy function. The students need to know how economics can help us to understand what goes on in the world and how it can be used as a practical tool for decision making. Managers and CEOs of large companies, bodies, managers of small companies, non-profit organizations, service centers, etc., cannot succeed in business without a clear understanding of how market forces create both opportunities and constraints for business enterprises.